incident accounts of what operation procedures were done. And this thing can be simulated also. Now, in experimental setting, it is not just near death, it can be simulated experimentally also. So, for that, we give example of the false ceiling. Over that, lot of tests were there. Person went to out of body, came back and drew all those shapes. Past life memory, the answer Stevenson, Shukla's case study. So, and we just want to top these up. And now there are 4 or 5 benefits of the knowledge of the soul. And we become peaceful. We get freed from bad habits. We can develop willpower. There are these. So just 1 or 2 such benefits we can speak at the end, and we'll end you that. If we want to top it up, or if not, then this much is also good enough. That our identity is the soul, and then we can surely end it. Food for soul is connection to God. So there's no chant directly. After we have introduced chanting. But food for soul is connection to God. So this much is this is the main theme in not device 1. Device 2, that is God. What are the main themes in that? Main subtopics in that? Universal government is an important principle. What else? Yeah. So So yesterday I said at least 1 or 2. At least 1 of ABCD, right? This as one group, right? Both of these together, and the second group was karma. Why suffering? This is device 2. Device 3. So device 3 is So epistemology, what is the most important punching thing? If you want to what is the most important and punching theme in epistemology? That's okay. So 3 months of getting knowledge finishes the whole thing, but it's, that is 1 hour lecture, no? But what in it is most important. Okay. There are 2 most important sub-themes in it. The first thing is Pratyaksha and Anuman in itself is incomplete. How do we say it? We show how the modern day inventions lead to problems in due course, and many inventions were proposed solutions to certain problems. Then, but the problems they pose are much bigger than the original problem. So, and we give a lot of examples in these directions. People are hitting? Because of that. Yes. So modern day inventions lead to problems. No? And sometimes so innumerable examples we give. Yesterday we were touching upon plague, mobile, supply were becoming all over. The laptop giving health problems like obesity, spondylosis, arthrosis, arthritis, and so on. So this is an important point, that how Pratyaksha and Anuman in itself is incomplete. And the second most important principle to establish very nicely is Shabda. So we want to explain this also very nicely. We can have 2 meetings. One we explain about Pratyaksha and Anuman in itself is incomplete, and we give a lot of examples there. But The two together also can be explained in 10-15 minutes, which is what we did yesterday. The two most important themes in that are like this. Now device 4. What is
सब्जेक्ट के अंदर ही वेदा वगैरह एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे.
what is Veda?
वेदा से हम नॉलेज हासिल कर रहे हैं प्रॉपर तरीके से प्रेडिक्शन वगैरह की.
वो next chapter में आता है. That comes in device 4. That comes in device 4. So device 4 and device 6. Device 5 is chanting. And device 4 and device 6 previously they were together. And now the together nomenclature was device 3 it is referred to, right? So now it is broken down into two separate sections. So what are the themes in there? What is device 4 better? After Pratyaksha Hanuman Shakta, what is the next thing? Yes. Device 5 is chanting introduction.
मैनुअल ऑफ ये किस वाले.
Yes. Vedic Solutions Manual for Life. The first theme in that is there's two major themes in it. First is human life, animal life. Dharmo Videsho, Adhiko Vishesho, Dharmena Hina, Pashubhi Samani. So that's a very beautiful concept which we can explain in a succinct form in 15 minutes if we want to summarize it. That's one meeting. The second meeting is so Vedas are offering wonderful solutions. Yeah, Vedas are offering meaningful solutions to problems of life. In this what we speak, when we say Vedas are a solution to, Vedas are like a manual for life, what are we speaking here? Yeah, so how are you proving it? How are you proving it? No, we have to give proof of it. We just cannot make a statement without proving it. We are giving proofs of it. Yeah, so we are giving proofs, material proofs of Vedas. Right, okay, although we are giving Ayurveda, Vastu Shastra, so many conclusions in the Vedas, like embryology, like plants of life, so many of them are mentioned in the Vedas, which our scientists have been able to come to understand now, after long time of research. So this proves the point that although modern day man may say Vedas are outdated, modern day man is very expert in using the gifts which the Vedas are giving. And in this line only, so many proofs we get. Sanskrit is the best language for programming, Sanskrit and all that. And fourth man, the statement came, Sanskrit is the best language for programming, very precise. So all these results are saying that Vedas are giving such material benefits. Then next point we are saying that Vedas also predict personalities like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Chanakya, like Muhammad, Jesus. They are all mentioned in the Vedas. So it predicts their coming. And then we are saying the science also requires actions. Vedas also require action. And action means you have to believe it. You have to accept it. Then only you can progress in that. Just like imaginary number I. Just like you have to accept it. So that is so Vedas are offering meaningful solutions to problems. But the topmost thing which the Vedas are offering is the Vedas are telling us how to end the suffering of our life. So those are so three things we are going to do. So Vedas are offering gifts, material gifts. Vedas are predicting personalities. The top thing, the main thing the Vedas are offering is as a solution to the problems of our life. This is where this session ends. This is where this session ends. But Vedas are a manual for life. No, they are not manual for life. Now, the device 5 is chanting. Then we introduce chanting. Device 6. What is there in device 6?
Long lasting solution.
Long lasting solutions. So, long lasting solution, what comes?
Real problem.
Yeah, 4 real problems. Adhyatmic, Adhibautik, Adhidevik. Okay. So, A cube and BODY. Birth, old age, disease, diagnosis. Body. Birth, old age, disease, yama, that means death. Or BODD, if you want to write in that way. So, Adhyatmic, Adhibautik, Adhidevik, and birth, old age, disease. So, this session is about that. So, this in itself is constitutive. If you want to summarize, this itself will take 15 minutes around. See. The second thing here is that,
Temporary solution.
yeah, temporary versus permanent solution. Temporary versus permanent solutions. In temporary solutions, we say that okay, our modern day approach to mechanistic science is only offering stopgap solutions. Is only offering stopgap solutions. And the second thing you're saying, in permanent solutions, you're saying therefore one should take guidance from Vedas because Vedas are giving long-lasting guidance. And for that, we are giving the story of Desert Talent. For that, we are giving the story of Desert Talent. So this is second sitting. So these are these two major themes. Each may take 10 to 15 minutes. This is so this is device 6. Now device 7. What is there in device 7? What is there in device 7 now? And substance and shadow. So what is there in it? What are we discussing in device 7? So in general, if you are seeing that the 1 hour session can be summarized in 25 to 30 minutes, half an hour easily, but we will need 2 sittings. No, 2 sittings. So nicely and concisely but succinctly we can summarize it. Yeah? So then it is almost then it is okay, fine, at least moving through. And so each one of them are primarily having two main themes, which we should address nicely. Like that. Device 7, substance and shadow. Yes. Yes. Illusion versus reality. So what is the theme there? Yes, everything that it is wrong. So we are talking about their material duty and spiritual duty. Material relationships and spiritual relationships. And this we are talking about 6 opulence also, right? So when we talk about spiritual duty, we give the concept of 6 opulence. It's a related concept. What else we are talking in the 7th session? Yeah. Yeah. Why we came to to the material world. This is another thing we are added. Why we came toy kitchen, we are speaking about toy kitchen, like that. Then in this, in the same regard, we are talking about make. This is where we are speaking that okay, material world is like a jail, no prisoner, we are like a jail. Whereas spiritual world, every word is a song, it's a song, and every step is a dance. When we are speaking here, we are also speaking about everyone has propensity to love and serve. So, if this propensity is canalized in material direction, then it is temporary and it is of no good use. Like money centeredness, dog centeredness, house centeredness, world centeredness. So, but if you recall this loving tendency and Krishna is actually a like that. So now when we are speaking material world is a jail, spiritual world, every word is a song. Then here we are saying we are and towards the end we are saying that how spiritual world has everlasting relationships, and we are giving some examples. Krishna, Krishna and the cows reciprocating, Krishna and the Gopals reciprocating, and Krishna and the gopis, Krishna hitting and hitting, twisting, partner. So here there are three primary things to see: material beauty, spiritual beauty. So material beauty, we are talking about that glittering beauty of this material world fades. So the beauty queens no longer remain beautiful, So that is moha, they are speaking that. And then what is spiritual beauty? Then we are talking about six opposites. Then material relations, spiritual relations. Material relations, spiritual relations. So in that we are talking about that everyone has propensity to love and serve. And then we're talking about material setup is how so jail spiritual setup as everlasting relationships. So that's and yeah, so related to that concept is why we came from material world to spiritual world to material world. So I believe this section may require three sittings from that. Now we go to device rate. What is device rate? While three sittings, a lot of information is there, so you don't have a key. There are many keys, because basically all these things are related. It is material versus spiritual comparison. Whole session is comparison between material versus spiritual. So because it has so many things, therefore we are just breaking it. Okay, the first beauty. So how is Krishna's beauty? Six opposites. How material beauty? That grace turn into this. Beauty beings become no longer beautiful. Material relations, spiritual beauty. And then why we came to material. So material world is like jail, spiritual world is everlasting relationship. Now, what is the eighth session on? Eighth session. Eighth session. Final session. Ordinary Sufi session. Yes, why there are so many religions? Why there are so many religions? So why so many religions? That is the major theme in this session. But this session also goes further and it talks about various platforms. It talks about worship in three modes. And it also talks about fear, duty, desire, love. So you can say these are the two main themes in this. Why so many religions? You will need to clean minutely explain, and if you want to elaborately explain, you will need half an hour for that. We speak many things in that. Pocket dictionary, Cambridge dictionary. Different religions are take to different milestones on the same path. So what differs is the exoteric aspect, but what remains same is the esoteric aspect. So we talk about inclusivity, exclusivity, and plurality. Plurality, so we need to have a pluralistic approach, not an inclusivistic or exclusivistic approach. So if you want to very elaborately explain it, it will take 30 minutes, means in a proper device session. But if you want to summarize, you can summarize that in 3 minutes. And the other one is basically about establishing the platform of love. So we speak about worship with three mode of ignorance worship, mode of passion worship, goodness worship, and then fear, duty, desire, love. Let me give examples of that. In love, we end up in Hanumanji's story, breaking the pearls, and Prahlad Maharaj, glorifying Narasimha. So that is the session about. So this is something which we should be very clear about. That okay? Four regulative principles are coming as part of soul session. It comes. No, soul session. Suffering. Where ABCD is coming, there only soul is coming. That association books chanting, where ABCD comes, that's where the soul comes in. So probably it may come here. Permanent solutions may ABCD or fixed session. Here ABCD comes. This ABCD is different from DOS1 ABCD. Here only ABCD comes. In permanent solution, how to go to that permanent solution? The spiritual bodybuilding, association, book chanting, diet, and e-care. Service engagement. So this is spiritual diet. Nature, I said. But if we are speaking to boys in a summarization, outside of the main session, maybe we need not touch 4 rights. But in the session, we should speak because we spoke of many things in that light we speak. One on one, we are speaking, the person may feel is targeting me. Yeah, the person may feel is targeting me. In a session, it's not specifically targeted. But in a summarization, the person has missed the session and then we are summarizing, don't speak. Give a proper to speak. Yes. Oh, we should answer. I should answer. So somebody is saying, oh, are you saying that we should stop eating meat? So definitely God is more pleased if we don't. Because what is the ground? The ground is compassion. They are also our own brothers and sisters. So if they are also the ground is compassion. So Lord, there may be many reasons to take, not to take, but one of the most important principle is compassion. Our own brother and sister, how can we meet it? A father has two sons, one is mentally retarded, other becomes IITian. The IITian son cannot cook the mentally retarded fellow eating on the ground of compassion. And that we can add, however, what if one is too attached to it? Immediately just cannot give it up. That's okay. Immediately you should take up chanting. And by the power of chanting, heart will be purified. Slowly one will be able to give it up. No problem. So even if one is not immediately able to give it up, one can look forward in that direction and go on chanting. At some date, one is able to give it up by the mercy and strength of Krishna. You know? What a family environment is too much addicted to meat and they may not agree. No problem. As of at least outside of the family environment, we can give it up as of now. But when one goes in the family, one can take it for the time being. But when one comes to job life, one becomes very much independent. At that time, there is an so that way Krishna gives an opportunity. I mean, everyone gets that opportunity to decide what he or she wants to do. Because as soon as one starts working, then one very much gets independent. So then one can, give it up. At that time, even the parents don't mind what the Buddhists will say because they know that this person has become has stood on his own feet. Right? So we can give this complete answer. Basically, the answer we can what we are saying is if you're not able to give it up right now, look forward towards it. And no problem, take the positive. By the power of the positive, slowly you'll be able to go on. So what if I am still taking meat, can I chant? Definitely. Chanting has no prerequisite. You should chant. Maybe you can chant more, no? Like that, chant, yes.
The point is that when we so they have like a feeling that this is something religious. There's like as many people, but eating they say that you cannot take out any meat or because we are eating. They as this person they will not take the meat finally. So what will you plan continue?
No, so we tell them that this we tell them that actually the this notion that okay, I am contaminated, therefore I cannot touch anything sacred. Now that is fine, but a bigger or a higher order thought process is let me take the positive. By the power of the positive, the negative will go away. Yeah. So that's what we have to say that okay, this is like the medicine. So I am disease, I cannot touch. I have an infectious disease. This is medicine, we will go the disease. So it's like we just cannot say I am disease, so this infectious disease, I cannot touch it. You touch it, your disease will go away. There is current inside. It's electrified. Yeah, there is current inside, it is electrified and purified, like that. So same thing applies to proper foods. Proper says somebody touches it, current, and you get a universal. Purified. Okay, so now AOSM. AOSM is has so AOSM has two principles. You need to set right the man before you can manage men. You need to manage the man. That means sense control, self control, mind control. Plus you need to get the age. Age means maturity. Maturity comes from following the shastras. Before you can, so these two come much before you can manage men. And then this is not sufficient. We need a T, that is transcendental knowledge. So this is the breakup of management. We are doing the dissection of the word management. The first principle is you need to manage the man before you manage men. That means sense control. So there you speak about lust, anger, greed, and all that. You need to get the age. That is maturity. Age, maturity. Before you can manage men, and then you need T. T means transcendental knowledge. So transcendental knowledge. After that, we are giving tips. Out of study tips, we are giving. So we are giving the PPC balance. That is one tip we are giving. Product capacity. We are giving the 4 quadrants. 4 quadrants. The study tips are giving SQ3R, right? SQ3R, that's what we are giving. And then we are saying tips and tricks to keep, how to follow, where we use the strength to follow all that. We cannot do it on our own. We have to pray. Right? We have to pray. So, pray, right? Pray. No, sorry, help, sorry, not pray. We need help. Help. The acronym is help.
Be pray.
So in help, P is prayers, and there we see the footprints for it. Help. So what is it? Hearing. We need to hear the Shastra. Hearing. E. Endeavoring from real life to real life. Yes, endeavor. Endeavor from real life to real life. So we need to endeavor. We have to be action oriented. Life is not an arts movie, it's a action thriller. Real life to real life. Okay. Next. L. Yeah. Love God, be empowered. No? Right? Love God, be empowered. So connecting to God is the medicine, and love for material things is the painkiller. That's what we speak. Love God, be empowered. No? That's the third thing. And fourth thing is prayer. Keeping the footprint oriented. So we should remember these sections, and then we should remember how we are proving each of these sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 things we say. That's the session. Like that. That's how it goes. Okay. Now let's come to this case study 12. I am busy. So I am busy. Somebody says I am very busy. So what will state is follow. Okay. So let's do the follow up now. It's whose mobile? It's not mine. As it is not mine. Okay, so I'm busy now. I'm busy. What do I say? I'm busy. No, I don't know what I do. I'm working. And you didn't come for that, what to do? So much pressure is there in IIT. No, there is core, there is computers. There is so much to do, and there's so many societies. Uh, uh, there is sports, so there is extracurricular, there is tech, there is cultural. Very difficult to find time. I'll try maybe next time you keep me updated.
Yeah, I'm glad to know that are managing so many things to studies and much. But don't you think you should give some time to spirituality?
Time is not there only, na. If I had 100 hours in a day, I could have given 15 minutes. Like that, na?
Like it's a societal work, and they can give manage in the hall.
No, I'm not disturbed. I'm getting more excited, na. One has to be aggressive and passionate in life to achieve something, no?
Yeah, but passion is a mode of
Okay, you can call it by any name, that's okay, but what it is what it is. And it's not a nomenclature game, it's an action game, not like that.
But are you don't you think you are compromising some important aspect?
I don't think so. I go for 2.2. I'm going for lawn tennis. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to swimming. I'm participating in debating. I'm in the dramatics also. Like that. And and I am targeting. So
Okay.
and I'm trying for Google Summer of Code. And I offer Lagarbati to Lord Ramachandra. You see, I have such a beautiful.
That is right.
Yeah, we are from. Yeah.
Don't you not say some nature which make them different from the
Which seniors?
seniors that came and with you.
You are coming and one more guy is coming. What is his name? I forgot. Oh shit. Ah, you are good people. Yeah, so I'm thankful. You are giving some good positive vibes and all that. It's good,
But what about your mental?
Ah,
Like, okay, you are not facing any problems now, but in future you will have many troubles. Like you are managing it now, but days coming, so you will be facing many.
so I have your contact number.
Yeah, but it is better to take prevention to get sure that there will maybe not possible.
I can come for MMC sometimes.
Not sometimes.
I rate 90% advancement something is MMC.
But you need it to be on regular basis, regular basis.
Regularly I come.
Regularly we come for the other season.
Once in a week is also regularity. We should appreciate whatever somebody is doing.
You are managing your study. Every day you are studying. Then you are appearing for the exam.
No, every day I started chanting. I'm a very sincere person. You told me about chanting, I started chanting. I'm chanting 6 Mahamantras every day.
The limit set by our acharyas is 1 kilo per
I'm
we should follow
targeting that. Targeting for that.
targeting for that means you are within so many other activities. And you are not giving 15 minutes only. You think about it very easy. I have also gone through that.
Let me come to first inter IIT, data analytics team, and let me go into inter IIT lawn tennis team. Then maybe I can think of and probably I'll think of that. I'm also thinking, by the way, of becoming of aiming for VP. Maybe once I become VP, I can sit in my office and chat.
His thinking will go on. So, we will likely give you so there was a man who a devotee used to always knock at the door for giving Bhagavad. But what he said when he was
I took on the first go only. You see,
Bhagavad Gita, read just not like wrapping up in you have to read and apply this in life so that you manage time in your life as well as the material activities as well as spiritual.
let's do it like this. Once in a week, why don't you come and meet me and teach me one verse in 10 minutes?
Yeah, I can do it also. Or else we can make a group where we will sharing one verse and some of our one of our devotees may give it the example relating to our IIT life.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's good. Once in a week.
Not once in a week, every day. 10 minutes every day. 10 minutes a day.
Okay, let me think about it.
Better to act than to think. Okay.
But if you continue for long, sometime I'll subscribe. See, if you do one verse a day, right? I will join you once every 7 days. Okay, right. So you will finish it all verses in 2 years, huh? Right? So that means 7 times you repeat the whole thing. I will repeat it once. That is also regularity.
Why not?
You see, there are so many things. Sometimes, there are club meetings. Sometimes the professor is calling, you're doing projects,
This will be things in respect to thinking.
Uh,
Like, take example, I have heard Proverbs
no, every day 4 hours I'm studying for CG.
4 hours extra. When are you sleeping? When are you sleeping?
2 a.m.
What?
2 a.m.
2 a.m. Up to
6 a.m.
4 hours of sleep. It will not affect you now. Because in the long run, you will die.
Like that only, yeah.
But in long run, it will be hazardous to your health also.
There are some professors who just speak in the air. You can peacefully sleep in those classes,
It is compromising certain changes.
Anyways, what they are speaking only they know. So you have to be efficient and optimized, like that, right?
So that is not the
That's the correct way. So but I appreciate your concern and I will try for it.
you mental health will affect you mentally also.
My father has done this throughout life. He is the director of Uttaranchal Power Corporation.
Even not mentally, but passion and ignorance for the movie. You have attended the immortal.
My father has also done it throughout life. I don't think his passion and ignorance and whatever jargons you're speaking has increased.
Nothing else increased.
I see he has become much more sober man.
How can it?
I have seen him, no? You see, automatically life teaches one sobriety, life teaches one humility, life is a great teacher like that. Yeah. Listen to the, no, that's not the point I want to make now. Listen to the lessons life is giving you, like that. So,
But what after that?
you're a good man. I'll keep in touch with you.
But what after that? And you are learning from the lesson. But are you applying those?
Definitely.
If you are applying those, then you see one device was there, super soul within our heart. Are you listening to him?
The calling which I'm getting is in the heart. It's coming from the super soul. That's the desperate calling.
How can you
To make a change in the world for the good.
What about yourself?
To improve the living conditions of humanity.
That is very good. Humanity.
Entrepreneurship is all about service to humanity.
You are a social reformer, I can say.
To
Become a social reformer. But what about the changes within your heart?
we should be selfless. Prime teaching of Gita.
Helpless, but leaving our self.
That's the point. If you don't think about anybody else in the world, then you can have all time for everything, all meditation, everything. 8 hours you can do meditation. But when you think about others, how can you just sit and think and do something for your own self?
If we reform ourselves, then we can reform the outside world. Like if we clean our heart, okay, then the outer world, means we will never throw any garbages or like that. That is also one point.
Yeah.
So we can make the world.
Therefore, I'm interested in what you're saying, and I will try to make space for it.
Making you can make it now only. Let's change one round.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, so when people say I am busy, uh, uh, and there are too many things in their lives, then what should be the prime thrust of our talk, or the prime emphasis of our talk? So Shubham Bru gave some insights, and any other thoughts? Okay. Catalyst. So what is the reaction? What is catalyst? Whatever you're doing is the reaction, catalyst. Do you mean to say if I chant Hare Krishna, I'll get 40 lakh package?
Balancing and prioritizing. So for long term, it is balance. You can be all aspecting balance. Prioritizing only is prioritized. Things, other things will take priority.
Yes. Okay. Any other thoughts? Story of bird and the bird and the cage. Okay, only the cage and the bird, like that. Okay. Okay. And anything else? So primarily, when people are basically saying, I am busy, what does it actually mean? Yes. This is yeah.
Lot of work in the center. Like they want to do good.
But they are already having a lot of goals. They can add one more. What is the point? I mean, what is the loss now? Because if they're already prioritizing too many things, then they can prioritize KC also. Yes, that is the main point. So when people say I'm busy, I don't have time, means they are not able to appreciate the importance and benefit what they are going to get by the practice of spirituality. Therefore, they're saying I'm busy. I'll take it up sometime. Therefore, I'll take time in making space for it. Sometimes people say, okay, this year I will not attend camp. Next year I will attend. So why? Because they are not able to understand the importance and priority of it. Basically, that is the point. And so Shivam was making a nice attempt to explain the priority of spiritual life. But one thing we should add or we should be careful about is we should explain the priority of spiritual life in connection with what people are in. If we explain the priority of spiritual life as a very dissociated, disjoint thing from what they are into, then it's very difficult for them to take it up. It is very difficult for them to take it up. No? So, so the priority should be explained in terms of what they are obsessed about. No? And so this is something we can add. Like if we explain that, like same thing, if you only say that, okay, your soul's a food for soul, so then they will say, ठीक है, soul को भी देख लेंगे. पहले पेट को देखते हैं, जेब को देखते हैं, है ना? Body को देखते हैं, है ना? बाद में soul को देखेंगे, है ना? So like they put it in the list, but they put it way down. अभी भी देख रहे हैं, अगरबत्ती घुमा के देख रहे हैं, ना? Like that. That is good enough. Or we can chant, Some people say I can chant, but I cannot attend sessions, Some people say coming MMC and all take more time. मैं अपने घर में chant कर लेता हूँ ना, रूम में, है ना? फटाफट हो जाता है, No much this thing. Some people say like that. So, so it is important for us to be able to explain the importance of whatever level the person is in, we have to explain the further path in relationship to that same level. In relationship to the same level. So, in relationship to the same level, so now I remember this question was once one student in Alipur was asking this question to Bhakti Vasudev Maharaj, Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Maharaj, about time, how to, Immediately Maharaj started asking about details. He said, okay, how many hours you go to college? How many hours you study? How many hours you sleep? How many hours you take in food? So he calculated. And then he said, you still have this much time. Chanting 16 rounds will take 2 hours. Reading proper book, hearing will take 1.5 hours more. And still Maharaj said, you are having 4 more hours remaining in your life. What are you doing in that? So you're wasting time. You're wasting time. Similarly, Maharaj showed him a calculation. Very, so Maharaj showed, you sleep 6 hours, 7 hours, you chant 2 hours, 1.5 hours reading, hearing, and whatever college, everything, what he had said, you put that, still 4 hours were repeating. So that is the point. So wasting time, wasting time. So one of the things is this. Now we can say that but actually this state, I am busy, is a very common state, which most of the people in the world encounter. The first thing to note is that this stage or this state these states, so in fact, you see people are always foaming for time, trying to, somehow or the other get time. Somehow or the other is trying to take out time, and it seems that time is flying out of their hands. And that's where this I am busy is basically representative of this state, okay, the time is not there in the hands of many people, and therefore one is always running behind time, chasing behind time, but one is not getting time in the hand, This is a perfect representation of ineffective strategies for time management. So, ineffective strategies for time management. So, therefore, to be able to, so therefore, the Shastras give us the solution to be able to get more time out of our hands. So, it's not about, so therefore, it's engineering. One cannot, therefore, it's engineering, it's a science, and one needs to learn that science, that art, that knack. Everybody gets 24 hours. Even in IIT, everybody has 24 hours. Somebody lands up in an 8 lakh package, somebody lands up in a 40 lakh package. What is the difference? What is the difference? The difference in how they're processing the time, how they view time, how they channelize time, and how they process the time. And the scriptures are teaching us how to process time in the most effective and efficient manner. So, the scriptures are teaching us. Now, immediately from what you know in device, can you speak something here? With this background, can you speak something immediately here from the device concepts? We just touched upon that concept. 4 quadrants. Immediately we can talk about the 4 quadrants. No? Mostly our time gets wasted in urgent important activities. Urgent not important activities. Urgent not important activities. Phone call. Friend has come, so urgent not important activity. Mail has come, message has come. Somebody has posted something, and then we go into it, and then we go further, and then we go further, and then we come back after 3 hours, So that's why busy. That's why busy. So, when assignment is given, you can say the general culture in KGP, assignment is given, nobody does it, only when they understand day after tomorrow is a submission, deadline, hard deadline, then people wake up. Hey, bata de yaar thoda, kidhar kisne kiya hai, who has done it, they're posting it all, kahin se padne mil jaye, there is somehow, and then people are doing night out, and then they are very busy, firefighting, that is the point, So the semester starts, nobody's ready. So therefore, when test comes, and then they understand, tests, the 2-3 tests are coming up. Then they say, okay, ठीक है, night out मारेंगे अभी, night out, Then they are very busy, Why is busy? Because ineffective time management, like that. When 5 o'clock evening comes, nobody thinks that let me pick up a book. 5 o'clock evening, people feel, let me pick up a lawn tennis racket, let me pick up my mobile and call the girlfriend. Let me pick up, let me pick up the hand of my friend and go for a walk. Let me go for 2.2. Let me go for here, there, or let me just sit and bhado, or let me just watch a movie, let me just, pick up the mouse and start playing some video game, like that. But night 11, 12 o'clock comes, then people will, arey, kal ka assignment tha, busy, like that, So that is so the notion of busy is why, because we don't have the the willpower, the determination to tap time,
What about that? That make them because
That one was okay because I used to follow the same, I had 9.4 CGPA, No, I was only sleeping in some useless professors' classes, and there are some professors I just cannot tolerate. First of all, he speaks so slow. Where is he speaking? His voice is also not coming. And who? Oh, he can enter in the evening, no problem. Initially, we are encouraging because we say morning is better. Why? Because it sets the rhythm of the day. But if not, okay, at least do it in the evening. So because they're just starting, no. Anything is okay. If not in the morning, at least in the evening, good enough. Like that. And there may be people are not used to the habit of 2 o'clock and like that. We can explain, but slowly and nicely, and properly, like that. So that point is not a big problem. There are people who don't sleep more than 5 hours also. There are some people like that, out of devotional service also. But yes, what you were saying about health was an important point. What you were saying about health was an important point. So uh, so in that you could have just added one more thing. It's not about the hours we give, it's the effectiveness we give. If you receive 6 hours, then the remaining hours you're giving 1 hour less, but your effectiveness will be 2.5 times. What is better? Hello? What is better? Hello? So it's not just about how many hours we give. Like say that's what happens to the life of a devotee. We don't give so many hours. Anyways, karmis also don't give so many hours. So you should never sit down in voice thinking, "Arey, if I was there in the hostel, I would have just smashed it." तो smashed it नहीं होता, एक गर्लफ्रेंड दिखाई देती, एक ये दिखाई देता है, वो दिखाई देता है स्टिल एक मूवी दिखाई देती है एक इंडिया क्रिकेट आईपीएल लीग दिखाई देता, अभी तो कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है, तो इट्स सो नाइस like that. Just yesterday I understood that this Joe Biden has resigned. Then when he resigned, but I came to know yesterday only. But I don't know when he resigned. When he resigned? Okay, you don't know. Don't know that also. And just yesterday I came to know Joe Biden has resigned, and now Trump is again contending the elections. There are going to be elections. And his opponent is Kamala Harris. From Joe Biden's party. So something like that. So Joe Biden has resigned, by the way. So कब resign किया, क्यों resign किया, I don't know. So it's good only, we don't get to know only, sometimes, because you get to know too many things, just like, suppose you get to know, okay, some blockbuster movie is coming, $1,000 is the budget, it is expected to earn some $3,000. तो फिर खुद ही होगा, तो क्या है उसके अंदर, Is it not? You don't know only is fine, no problem, like that. So, what I was saying, so it's not about hours, but it is effectiveness. It is effectiveness. And so many times so time just falls away, because of lack of willpower, mind control, sense control, concentration, And the first gift with the practice of bhakti can give is willpower, determination, discrimination, vivek shakti, vichar shakti, that is the first thing which, so time will not go away from the hand. Hey, is it not? The time will not go away from the hand, like that. Then one will have time. One will have time. So this is one concept which we can explain, So just like, so when we say, okay, spiritual food, when we talk about the concept of soul and spiritual diet, so we say, okay, chanting is spiritual food, But there we have to explain that spiritual food is very much related to the body also. What is the relationship? How the food for soul is related to the body? Who can explain? Body, mind, how is it related? The soul of nobody can experience. The soul kya hai? It's an abstract concept for everyone. But the food for soul is related to the body and mind. How? What is the relation? That relation if we don't quote, then people don't get a connection. They feel like डिस्यूएंट बोल रहा है, सोल सोल बोले जा रहा है ना. बाद में बात करेंगे सोल सोल की जब ना रिटायरमेंट का टाइम आएगा ना. अभी तो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का टाइम है ना. फील लाइक दैट. क्या अभी तो ना सोल बॉडी माइंड में क्या कनेक्टिंग लिंक है. दैट ना पीपल सेड ये सोल का फूड है ना, बस ठीक है ना. मेरा फूड तो 30 लाख सैलरी है. We automatically become. But I feel if I get a 30 lakh job, I'll be happy. गूगल में जॉब मिल गया तो वो हैप्पीनेस होगा या सोल वोल ना कुछ तो है ना. No. That's okay. बात की बात बाद में देखी जाएगी ना. We're not dumping of spirituality idea. कर रहे हैं अभी. और जरूरत दिखेगा और बढ़ा देंगे. लेकिन अभी नहीं दिख रहा है इतना जरूरत. That is the whole idea. So the soul is related to body mind. Hello? So what is the point? Hunger of the soul reflects as disturbance of mind. Hunger of the soul reflects as restlessness of the mind. That's why everybody is stressed. That's why everybody is stressed. So that is why food for soul has to be given. You know? Because food for soul will will give you that mental resilience, great determination, willpower. Then even the material dealings one will be able to do much better than they are doing right now. Much better than they are doing right now. So spirituality is all about optimizing our lives even further. Like somebody is getting a P grade, he's saying I am passing. But if he learns the strategy to get a 9 point, is it not better? So matter life P grade, D grade, at max D grade performance, you know? Yeah, D grade life, degraded life. Like that. So it's at max a D grade performance, you know? Like that, you know? So from D grade to EX grade, that is what the algorithms of spiritual principles are teaching us. So in this way, we explain, he'll be able to more appreciate it. You know? That there is some correlation. Oh, stress, mind, depression, you know? Time flies away, you know? Be more effective, you know? If we invest, you know? Just like, you know, when we see that, okay, when people exercise for 20 minutes, then they feel so active that they feel like accomplishing a lot during the day. That's why the 20 minute is a gain, not you know, pain. You know? So because people feel you know, because what happens, endorphins get released, you know, person feels very positive and he feels like achieving and focused, and you know, person gets confidence, you know, all these things come, you know, when one does some physical exercise, you know, like that. Similarly, you do spiritual exercise, that multiplied by 20, you know, or that multiplied by 100 is effect. Like that. That's the point. So therefore, that investment in spiritual life is never a loss. No, material life, a material mindset is like a blunt pencil. What we can achieve with a blunt pencil. But investment in spiritual life is like sharpening the pencil. And the sharpened pencil, you can make a very nice drawing. No? This is not. For blunt pencil, what you can make? Very shabby. So that's the idea. That is the idea. So, yeah. So there is no problem if they are able to manage and they are joining societies, you know, like that, you know. So initially, you know, see, when people are joining societies, the only thing we say is that, okay, the CGPA should take care. But somebody is very confident his CGPA will not get a loss and he's still joining, it's fine, you know. And we don't too much touch upon it, you know. But you say, okay, if you can, you know, manage these two, you can manage three also then, you know. Right? You can manage two, you can manage three also. So just manage, and for us, not much time we are demanding. Not like that. But this time will give them a gain. That is something what they have to understand. And that we have to highlight. That we have to highlight. No? So, the practice of spirituality improves our relationships also. One doesn't fight. Like husband wife material mindset, fight. But the spiritual mindset, they are able to see the other person not just as the body, not just as the as their limitations, but as the spirit soul, part and parcel of God within that body. If you relate to that, you can tolerate the limitations, discrepancies, and we can relate with them at a deeper platform. So, so the practice of spirituality improves relationship also. So all such time which goes in fights, dissensions, quarrels, all that will be saved also. So, so when we add a little bit time of bhakti, what we are getting, what we are saving, we have to list that down, in front of them, we are saving stress time, we are saving stress time, we are saving anxiety time, worry time, then they're similar. But next, confusion time, bewilderment time. People are confused, bewildered. अरे क्या करें, software करूँ या ये करूँ या वो करूँ, bewilderment time. We save distraction time. Very good, distraction time, then disappointment time. Many times we get disappointed and we are tempo down. We're completely broken. Disappointment time, because you have the spiritual gunpowder, and one has that willpower, determination to go on against all odds. We are saving the disappointment time. Then next one is saving refreshing. Yeah, refreshing time in the sense that for many people they don't love their work. From a materialistic concept, people don't love their work, but they drag it because they have to do it. But they love something else. But with bhakti, the perception changes. So you will start loving what you are doing, because you have a higher purpose for doing it. Yeah, higher purpose for doing it. So then one doesn't need to take so much off and break and refreshment, very big refreshments. Work itself is a refreshment. Work itself is a play, that cannot come to a normal person because they don't have a right purpose, the right attitude for doing it. A devotee has a higher dimensional attitude. He can enjoy doing doing any grilling activity also, laborious activity also, like that. So one says that refreshment time in that sense. One also says there is a lot of time when people are not in the gear, tempo down, that also takes away. करना है, गाड़ी नहीं चल रहा है ना, टेम्पो डाउन है अभी, सो कोई टेम्पो डाउन नहीं होगा इन भक्ति, यू प्रेस द की स्टार्ट्स, कोई धक्का स्टार्ट वाला कहानी है ही नहीं, इट्स क्विक स्टार्ट, because one's goal is very clear, aspiration is clear, so one gains at this time, so so that few rounds of chanting a day and few classes in a week is giving us so much time in return. So one is getting, so we have to show them, we are investing this much, we are getting this much return. कितना % return आ रहा है? It's 500,000% return which is coming back. Is it not? So that's the idea. That's the idea. So added to this is another principle which he was Shomprabhu was touching on, but it has to be properly explained. Then people will understand that probably very new people may not understand that, but this mode of goodness, passion and ignorance concept, because they might not know only what is goodness, passion, ignorance, So that's why I was saying, whatever jargon you use, it's up to you, whatever way you call it as, but that is what it is, because people don't know much, so it has to be properly explained. So if they have understood that, maybe that reason is a little good for people when they are increasing their rounds and they are fearful, like they are saying, okay, I can chant 16, but time will be less, then we can, that time we can give this reason, that will be more appreciated because they have understood the modes and all that, but if you have to explain to a person who's a little younger than that, then you have to explain first what is the modes. But suppose the person he has understood what is the mode, then what happens basically is that in general we ask people how many hours you sleep, like that. Many people sleep 8 hours, 9 hours a day. Many people sleep 8. If that is the case, पहले पूछ लो कितने hours, है ना? Because if you find somebody is already sleeping 5 hours, उसको क्या बोलेंगे time gain, है ना? Then this point is not valid. So first you test कि उसका क्या है ना? What is his line, lane, So suppose somebody is sleeping 9 hours, like that, and now you come in the mode of goodness. So generally we speak this a lot about, I speak this a lot about morning program, You come in the mode of goodness, and Satoguna one doesn't need 9 hours rest. In 5.5 hours you can manage. 5.5, quarter to 6, max 6. Catastrophe 6.5, we can manage, like that. So 6 hours, straight 3 hours you gain back. So morning program तो वहीं का वहीं वापस हो गया. Like the time we are investing in the morning program, we get returned by this principle only. उसके अलावा ये सब टाइम मिलता है, वरी टाइम, टेम्पो डाउन, डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, स्ट्रेस टाइम, bewilderment टाइम, confusion time, distraction time, all that we get in return, like that. So I believe this is something which has to be explained. Next thing is what Harshit was pointing out was balance and priority. That okay, in the long run, what does it mean is that we should not get a breakdown. So you are also trying to touch on that, that aspect. So not just do things for a small time. See, even many entrepreneurs of companies, they get a physical breakdown, very bad breakdown, and a very bad breakdown. So we should be able to go on for long, we should be able to go on for long, and that's why we have to be holistic. That's why we have to be holistic, So another thing is spirituality gives us a terrific way of perceiving the negative situations of this world, in a very positive manner. So positive mental attitude is a very great gift which spirituality teaches us. That even the worst of the situations, one can perceive it in a very powerful way. So much so that one can derive positive benefit even from that. So this is the strength of spirituality. So that means that such a person will never break down. The mind is so much robust, such a person will never break down. कुछ भी हो जाए उसके साथ. Parikshit Maharaj cursed to die. Did he break down? Did he faint? Did he cry? Did he wail? What did he do? He said 7 दिन, टाइम नहीं है, पैलेस भी नहीं जाएंगे, पता तो चल ही जाएगा, He said he did not go to inform also. He did not send SMS also. Time nahi hai. He went to the Ganges, started hearing Bhagavatam. Before 7 days only Bhagavatam was completed. So he was ecstatic. And then he spoke the summary of Bhagavatam and Bhagavatamrita. So, like that. So you see, what a kind of, this is the strength of spiritual. This also you can say. So one will never break down by situations. Otherwise one may be very powerful, but then because it doesn't have that mental stamina, that resilience, person may just shatter. The spirituality is all about teaching how to, even the most negative and worst of the situations, how to perceive it in a positive way and derive positive meaning out of it, and and therefore nothing can stop a devotee of the Lord. Nothing can stop a devotee of the Lord. You see, Jayavadaka Maharaj, nothing can stop a devotee of the Lord. There is no situation in the entire world which can stop a devotee of the Lord. You see, Jayapataka Maharaj unstoppable. Brain hemorrhage, cancer, liver transplant, nothing can stop him. Is it not? He's going on, Krishna service. Is it not? So this is what happens. Like that. So we don't speak theory, we're speaking practical. So positive mental attitude. So like this we can give proofs. Or we can give this thing, like this we can give proofs. So that will be very nice. Yeah, like this we can do. So, then even session to session we can give tidbits also. Okay, what do you benefit out of this session? Like that. So, what will you benefit out of this session? Also you can understand. Like God's session. What we understand by God's session? What we understand by God's session? What is the benefit of attending the God session? Yeah, Luna versus Mercedes, So how to overcome all inebrities and limitations, and get channelized to the supreme empowerment package, right? That's the God session, for the soul session, how to unleash the latent divinity within us, the latent potentiality, how to awaken that, So that's the soul session, chanting session, the first practical, chanting session, the first practical, the chanting session, like that. The epistemology, yeah, best way of gaining knowledge. Yeah. So, how to ensure that our limitations also give us proper results. So you have Shabda, then Pratyaksha Anuman will give you the right result, like that, So, so okay, there, so even, so how to, so overcoming limitations we learn from that session also, like that. Then the next one, human life, animal life, most optimized living, most optimized living, then next, next session, lasting solutions. The name only suggests, how to get a sustainable solution to suffering, right? How to get a sustainable solution to suffering, with us, we can say, okay, what principles to catch, which can give us the best in any situation, the long-term best in any situation. Substance and shadow is again about getting the highest, getting the highest. Not just get the shadow, get the substance, like that, getting the highest, and fear, duty, desire, love, the various religions. See, the various religions talking about gradations, and the call for action is go to the highest grade, right? So the sutra for EX performance, right? That's a platform of love. So we can even give session to session, certain encouragement to them in terms of talking about the benefit, session to session benefit, AOSM study tips, career tips, study tips, time management tips, like that. That is the benefit. Okay, so let's stop here for today. Then we'll do book reading now. Fine. So there are some other things which we'll take it up later. Stop here for today. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so we'll do our Bhagavatam reading circle now then.